Hello and good morning to UPSCFEVER.com's chapter number 17 part B. So this is on the continuation of the previous video, shipping and civil aviation and women related issues. So shipping. In India, 70% of the total trade by value and 90% of the total trade by volume moves through the maritime route. It is regarded as the cheapest and the most efficient mode of transportation for the industry. However, inland waterways of India are not yet developed, and so the cost involved in logistics is higher since road and railway transport is preferred. However, the Ministry of Shipping has taken a new interest by launching Sagarmala program, which, if implemented properly, has the potential to change this. A new, relatively old authority established in 1986 is the Inland Waterways Authority of India. It is the regulator of inland waterways. Inland transport, as I said, has good capacity, but only 1% of the cargo moves through the inland transport route. Allahabad Haldia is the oldest inland waterway of India. Related to ports, Kolkata port is the oldest and the only riverine port of India, and Paradip port is the first major port on the east coast to be commissioned after independence. So that was about shipping. Next is civil aviation sector. Civil aviation ministry handles national policy formulation, regulation, and also development of the National Civil Air Transport Service. It handles the administrative supervision of the Rail Safety Commission and also handles the safety in rail travel. So apart from airline security, it also handles supervision of railway safety and railway travel safety. The Bureau of Civil Aviation Security was established in 1978 and it handles training, coordination, monitoring, and inspection of civil aviation security personnel. Another important authority is the Airports Authority of India. It is the main agency that handles building of airports throughout the length and the breadth of the country. Its main functions are maintenance of airports and civil enclaves of the defense airports. Air traffic service is provided by it throughout the 2.8 million square nautical miles of Indian territory. Two important other projects mentioned in the yearbook: Gagan, GPS augmented geo-navigation system. It is developed jointly by ISRO and Airports Authority of India and is used to maintain the integrity and augment GPS signals needed for precise location and landing of civilian aircraft. Pawan Hans is a helicopter service which provides service to the oil sector and also makes helicopter services available to remote and hilly regions and provides charter services for travel and tourism. Recently, this Pawan Hans was in the news as the government is planning to divest its stake completely in this helicopter service. Next is the Water Resources Ministry. The Ministry of Water Resources, River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation handles policy formulation for the water resources sector. It now also handles the rejuvenation of Ganga river and its tributaries and also solving of interstate water disputes. Out of the total 1869 billion cubic meters of water availability, 1123 billion cubic meters is usable, and out of this 690 billion cubic meters is surface water and 433 billion cubic meters is replenishable groundwater. Some important projects and missions launched by the Water Resources Ministry. Number one is the Namami Ganga project. It is the integrated conservation mission for development of ghats and river beautification of Ganga. The National Water Mission is one of the 8 important missions of the National Action Plan on Climate Change. The objectives are comprehensive water database maintenance, increase water use efficiency by 20%, focus on vulnerable and over-exploited areas, promotion of basin-level integrated water resource management. So four important objectives. Next is the Water Resource Council and the National Water Plan. Prime Minister is the chairman and Vice Chairman is the Union Minister of Water Resources. Chief Ministers of various states and administrators of union territories are also members of the National Water Resource Council. Important features of the National Water Plan are grants to states for upgradation of technology, a separate water resource authority to be set up, community participation in water conservation projects shall be encouraged, and a national water framework law shall be passed for optimum conservation of interstate resources and river valleys. The Accelerated Irrigation Benefits Program is by the Water Resource Ministry and it involves giving loans to states for completion of minor and major irrigation projects that are in the advanced stage of completion. An important body in this yearbook is the Central Water Commission. It is headed by a chairman and has three wings: research, planning, and projects design. Each wing has an additional secretary level officer to supervise. There are regional offices in states and training institutes also. The main function of this commission is coordination with states for implementation of projects that involve conservation, control, utilization of water resources, and the main purpose of these projects is to provide irrigation, drinking, and power generation. Right, so the Ministry of Welfare is the next part of your book. Under this, the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment is a key role at the central level. It has two departments: Department of Social Justice and Empowerment and the Department of Empowerment of People with Disabilities. As per the statistics, 2.68 crore people with disabilities are seen in India, which is 2.21% of the population. 1.5 crore are male and 1.1 crore are female. The ministry also implements the Protection of Civil Rights Act. This act prohibits untouchability and extends throughout the country of India. Another important act is the Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribe Atrocities Act. This contains provisions for punishment for offences committed by persons against SCs and STs. However, this act does not have any jurisdiction on offences committed by SC and ST people on other SC and ST people. So next is the tribal sub-plan. Tribal sub-planning started in the fifth five-year plan onwards and it aimed to have rapid socio-economic development of the tribals. Features of tribal sub-planning are the funds provided under TSP have to be equal to the proportion of scheduled tribes in the state. Tribals and tribal areas of the state should get benefits of the funds plus funds allocated under plans or of the state and other union territories. Tribal sub-planning should identify all resources and allocate them effectively and monitor and evaluate them properly. An important agency mentioned in the yearbook is the Tribal Cooperative Marketing Development Federation of India, also known as TriFed. TriFed works as a market developer and service provider to the state tribal cooperative societies, and it procures minor forest produce in bulk from the tribals and helps market and sell them. Tribes India is the shop of TriFed that sells the products marketed by TriFed. Forest Rights Act or Scheduled Tribes and Other Forest Dwellers Act recognizes the rights of forest dwellers or scheduled tribes in collecting minor forest produce, protection of water bodies, and having their own custom rituals and practices. It also allows for in situ rehabilitation of project affected scheduled tribes. Finally, the last part of the yearbook is schemes for women. Subla. This is the Rajiv Gandhi scheme for empowerment of adolescent girls, and it is aiming for all-round development of girls. It has a nutrition component that involves providing 600 calories for 300 days of a year to adolescent girls and young girls. The non-nutrition component of Sabla aims for providing health and sex education, health checkups, accessing public services, vocational training, and iron and folic acid supplementation. Priya is another important scheme. This is for formation of self-help group of vulnerable and at-risk women, and it focuses on women living in the mid-Gangetic plains. Women shall be provided improved livelihood opportunities. NABARD is the lead agency for implementation of Priya project. Next is Swadhar. Provide the destitute and vulnerable women who don't have options like family, education or wealth. Such women are identified and their integrated and holistic development is done. The implementation agencies are the urban local bodies, the Department of Welfare and the Women and Child Development Department. Ujjwala is for prevention of human trafficking of minor girls and especially cross-border trafficking. Gender budgeting was introduced, and this is a technique of keeping the gender perspective in mind while formulation of policies. Gender budgeting cells have been set up in ministries and have been made mandatory by the Ministry of Finance since 2005. Under gender budgeting, while policies are formulated, women and their welfare are key as important points that are considered. Beti Bachao Beti Padhao is an important program launched by the government to improve child sex ratio and also sensitize the society against the problems of women and children. The important activities under this program are establishing toilets for girls, construction of hostels, re-enrollment of girls who have dropped out, activation of school management committees to ensure universal enrollment of girls, and creating Balika Manch in schools. Stree Shakti Puraskar are constituted for women who have achieved distinction in the field of social work. Every year, 6 national awards are awarded, and there is a cash prize of 3 lakh rupees and a citation. The last point is the Central Adoption Authority. This is also known as CARA, the Central Adoption Resource Authority. It is an autonomous body under the Ministry of Women and Children Development, and it handles the issues of adoption of Indian children. Quite recently, Carings is an IT application that has been developed by this ministry, and it is used for transparent conduction of the procedure of adoption. So that was it about the chapter number 17, the last chapter on India Yearbook. And now you can confidently attempt this quiz, and you can go through the previous videos and go through our resources. You can find them here under India Yearbook. Very lengthy articles are written, and hopefully you will have the confidence of attempting current affairs related MCQs asked in UPSC, CSAT and other such competitive exams. So with that we are stopping, and hopefully you will continue visiting this channel for the economic survey series, which shall be the next videos. Don't forget to do any of this or all of this, and best of luck for your exams. Thank you.